All right, going to your assignments for today. It is the 10th. So we are on the Explore, and if you're just there, make sure that it's the Exploration and Trade one. There's two Explorers. As far as the Exploration and Trade, I would again listen to it as opposed to reading it because it is pretty long. But don't let that scare you, or read a section and then listen to a section, read it, listen. That's totally okay too. But as you're going through it, it's going to talk about um, exploring and trade. So when the explorers all came over, how did they trade? So the three that it is going to go through is money, so a means of exchange, trading, and opportunity cost, which is the cost of the option not taken when making a decision. And it'll make a little bit more sense as you're reading through. But a lot of the explorers came over to find gold or silver, so the money was a big aspect of why the explorers even came to the New World. So this first section is going to be based on money. And then the second section is talking about spices and trade. Spices are going to be really, really important for what people traded for. And then the last one is exchanging innovation. This seems really, really crazy, but exchanging innovation is not as scary as it seems. But innovation is so the exchanging is the going between two people, and innovation is just making things better. And so as they're doing it, as you're reading through the section, it's just talking about how the explorers were successful and how they really relied on things and got better with them in order to be successful. As you get to this notes part, I would like you to do your best, but so what is the advantage of using money to buy goods rather than bartering? And you're going to see that in this section. They talk about bartering. And bartering is the exchange of one product or service for another. So if I'm saying, hey, I will clean your kitchen in exchange for you cooking me dinner, what is the advantage instead of me just saying, hey, I'll pay you $10 to cook me dinner, rather than bartering? And you're going to see that in this section. Look for examples. I even see right here, money makes things much simpler, but see if you can expand on that to help you answer that question. How do specialization and scarcity lead to trade? Again, you will find this in the second section. So look for words like scarcity and specialization to help you with that. The third one, opportunity cost. Explain it by thinking of example in your life when you had to choose between two activities or purchases. So if it helps you out, question 1 will be in the first section. Question 2 will be in the second section. Question 3 will be in the third section. This one, number 4, extra credit. You can choose to do it. If you just leave it blank, that is okay too. So just to read through it, it says choose one of the following tools used during the age of exploration and write a paragraph that explains the history of that tool, including what it does, where it was invented, and how it traveled to Europe. If you choose to do this one, you can do some research on the internet. You can look it up on Google to try and help you out if you choose to do this one. You need to do numbers 1, 2, and 3. Number 4 is extra credit if you would like to do it. So make sure that you read through these sections carefully. If I were reading it, I would possibly read the first section and money and then do number 1. Read through the second section and then do number 2. And then read through the last section and then do number 3. That might help you find the best answers without reading through a giant chunk and then having to look back to help those answers. If you have any questions, bring them to the Zoom call so that we can go through them. But otherwise, you should be all set to go on your last section in lesson 5.